Hello everyone, this is Vicky Stitchnbutton, and today is, I don't know, the 17th of July. I've been busy. This is my Flosstube number 186, and it's a day late, but I'll get into it in a little bit. Let's go with the fun fact. Did you know that Miss Piggy and Yoda have the same thing in common? They were both voiced by Frank Oz. I didn't know that. I probably should have, but I did not know that. I don't know. Such different voices, too. He was amazing. He was amazing. What have I been up to? Very little stitching. A lot of sewing. I had a custom order I had to get out. Did that. I have my batch of bags that I need to get done. I am well on the way with that. I'm about halfway through, I want to say. About halfway through. I should be done the next couple of days, and then it is on to beating the zipper pulls. I am prepping for my daughter's baby. She is giving birth on next Wednesday, the 23rd, and I know this because I'm clairvoyant. No, he's breech, and she is preeclamptic, so they have scheduled a C-section for the safety of all. So she wants me to be there, obviously. She lives over near Tampa. For those that don't know, I am in Florida and South Central Florida. She's about 2.5 hours away. So I need to leave the house like 5:30 in the morning on Wednesday. She messages me. She's like, yeah, so here's the date, and it's 8 o'clock in the morning. And I'm so sorry. They wouldn't let me pick the time because she knows I am not the morning person. Neither here nor there. We all know that they're going to say 8 o'clock, and we'll be lucky if she gets in by 1 anyway, because scheduling. It's fine. Everything's fine. So I have that. And then in another 2 weeks from today, I get on a flight to go to Utah. I have a retreat. So I've been prepping a lot of stuff and trying to get everything done, plus just life in general throws things at you. And here I am. Here I am a day late with little stitching and a lot of blabbering. How about that? Let's get the giveaways out of the way. Oh, God. They're on the bottom. Hang on. Okay. Let's get the giveaways out of the way, because I did actually write notes because I'm scatterbrained. I went and pulled the names last night because I was going to record last night and it just didn't happen. So, Seaside. This is Seaside. It comes with the buttons. And B's and T's. That's Sebastian. Sebastian, I have your address, and I think I have stuff that needs to go to you. So, I will get that with that other stuff. The next one was Keyword People, and that's this Cricut collection chart. The winner is It's Stitchcraft. It's Stitchcraft. I need your address. I did look up. I don't think I have your address, so I am going to need your address so I can get this sent out to you. And then the next one is for this chart from Imaginating, and keyword was welcome. And Rose Castro. Rose Castro, you won this one. I do have your address, so I can get that out to you. I'm going to put this stuff over here because I have stuff all over the place. It's too many projects at once, and then other stuff I haven't put away yet because craziness. So that's the giveaways. I am not going to do any giveaways this time because I don't see me getting them sent out and possibly forgetting them, and I don't want to do that. As a matter of fact, I forgot stuff last video. I turned around after I had already put everything up, and I was like, oh crap. So I have, and it was like one piece of stitching mail and 2 things I had purchased. So that'll be at the end. What is going on with me? When I get, I think I've probably mentioned this before, but when I get into, I need to get this batch of bags done mode, I get hyper-focused. And that means that other things don't get done, even if I might have the time to do it. And so the past couple of weeks, it's been a lot of sewing, and little bit of stitching. Now, I did join the Full Coverage Fanatics Tour de France, not in hopes that I'd ever finish all the stitches, but just to get some stitches in. And I sort of tied it into my Whippagories from Sammy J and my Whip Go from Jessie Marie. So usually I don't try to duplicate stuff, because that's my way of saying, hey, I'll get more stitches on, I'll get stitches in on more things instead of a bunch of stitches on one. But whatever, because I want to touch everything, right? Not in that way. Stop it. I want to touch all my whips. Over the past 2 weeks, I've only stitched on 3 things, though, because of time, brain space, and the categories that I had picked. Let's explain. Let's expound on that comment. Big words, big words. So the other night, I picked this up and threw in 300 stitches. And this is You Belong to Me from Long Dog Samplers. I am stitching this on some 32 count mystery linen. And it is being stitched with PR168, which is a great blue. And I've gotten lots of comments on how great the blue is, and I absolutely agree. Thank you. Now, the pyramids, though, are going to be in a gold color, a gold tone sulky thread, and I think that's 1070 was the number for the sulky. I have not started there yet, but I'm getting close, guys. Now, my original thought was, I'm going to do this. No, this isn't the full page. I think the page goes down to about here. Yeah, because the feet, the bottom of his leg, is the bottom of the page. So I didn't say pages across. I basically said this motif across. So I finished that. And then because of the way this is, I ended up going around and finishing that and then coming back here. I am working on this, but okay, anybody else think that these are gangster rapper birds? It's the chain for me. These are some dreads, and I'm sorry, locks. They don't use the term dreads anymore, and I am so sorry for that. So locks, right? And he's got this really cool hat with these snakes in it, but it's the chain for me with the ankh, and I'm not sure what that could possibly be. Maybe it's supposed to be a scarab or whatever. But they really remind me of that. It's like Run DMC going on right here. Or Run ND, because MC is not there. Maybe MC's down here. Anyway, I'm being stupid. I worked on this bird. Now, and I say through 300 stitches in because it's all one color. So it's really easy to figure out where you're going to stitch, what color you're going to stitch on. And I have it on not Pattern Keeper, Markup XP, because I don't have the page problems that comes with Pattern Keeper on Long Dogs. All that to say, here is where I am at. I took it out of the Q-snap, and that is what it looks like. The bottom of his legs is the very bottom of that page. If I were to do his feet, it'd be in the next page. So I just stopped there. And I need to finish his tail, and then the bird that's on his back. I also need to give the frog some stitches that he's holding on to. But my thought, I thought I'd just move down and move my way back and keep on going like back and forth. But I'm kind of curious to get some of those gold stitches in. So we will see. I do know that I want to finish him off and then start putting that palm tree in and those motifs in there and then move over, because I don't want to just leave a space here and then start moving into someplace else. So my thoughts are move in here and then come down and around and get some of the pyramid in and then move across. And who knows, I might get down to the pyramid and want to finish a whole pyramid with the color just to get it in there. We will see, but that's the plan, is to get everything from his butt back and then move down and do some pyramid and start moving across. I was able to get a whole bunch of stitches in last month when I did Uno through Semi-Sane, and I was happy with the progress that I got. I think I picked 3 long dogs and then I put a bird on it, and it turned out well. I was happy. Oh, let me see. How many stitches did I get in? 2, 3, 4. I did just over 500 stitches on it last month. Which is good, because if it was in a category, I probably would have only gotten about 300, or just over 300 maybe. So I got more stitches in, and then I threw it in for, that covered Whippagories has a border, because it does have a border that goes around it. And then, that was it. That was it for the, because I am not focusing on the Whippagories this month. I am focusing on what I feel like stitching. So I'm still sort of in that mode. All right, now, I said I'm going to a retreat. They have exchanges. I don't always do exchanges, and I know it sounds horrible, but most of the time when I do an exchange, I end up not so happy with my exchange item. Not always. How do I say it? I'm picky. I'm eclectic on the things that I like, and I am one of those people that's kind of hard to pinpoint what I would really like. It always ends up being not well for me. Now, do I appreciate the time and effort that it's gone into? Absolutely. But 9 times out of 10, it's not something that I would normally want. And I don't know how else to make that sound better than it is. It just is what it is. But because I know that, I usually don't do exchanges. That being said, they're having some exchanges at the retreat. 9 times out of 10, I do not do the exchanges. But they have an ornament exchange. It's that Christmas in July thing. I decided, you know what, let me pick something that I would stitch for myself. That way, if I don't have it done in time for the retreat, that's fine. I'll just keep it for myself, right? So I ended up starting Santa's Workshop. That is this chart, and it's from Nebby Needle. Now, they give you very comprehensive instructions on how to put it together by using linen. I decided to make it slightly easier and put it on plastic canvas. I don't know where that came from, so I am just going to move up probably so that's dirty mark is in the middle of my stitching. I did start with the back and got most of it done. I have to finish, I have to finish this big snowflake here, and then I have 2 small snowflakes. This one is not in the correct spot. I started a little bit too high, and I was not taking it out because it's fine. I will sort of eyeball the small snowflake there and a small snowflake there, and then I'll move up. And this stitches up real quick. I think it's only 4 colors. 4? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 colors at all DMC. So real quick. Will I finish it? We will see. We will see. With the amount of stitches I'm not doing, it's very possible I might not finish it in time for the end of the month. Now, I do plan on putting probably a piece of paper, beige paper, in between the 2 pieces, and then whip stitching around the edge. That way you're not seeing through to the other side. And then I have some ornamental keys that I can use. So the finishing option is there. Now, for those that want to know what magazine this is. Okay, so it's by the Nebby Needle, and it's old enough that they might actually have it out as a chart. I have not checked, but it's from Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher. You can get these digitally and hard copied, and they have a website. It's pnpsmagazine.com, and this is the 2015 Christmas issue. 2015 Christmas issue. I do actually like to do some punch needle, although I haven't done it in a long time. But there's a couple of things I want to get done in punch needle. Matter of fact, that stuff right there is punch needle. And I have other things. So that's that. Now, that leaves one project left, and that is Springtime Splendor. Springtime Splendor, I started with Kate from Stitches last month. She started the Mother Nature, I think, which is by the same designer. We bought them at Stitches So Beautiful. And they have a website, you can look it up. And the charts are pretty much on par as far as price with Heaven and Earth Designs. I got mine 50% off. I almost bought two because 50% off, but I decided to keep it down to one, which is fine. And this is the one I chose. Now, have I ever finished a full coverage? Absolutely. Actually, I digress. I did finish one, and I didn't even realize it was full coverage when I started it. It was a Mary Englebright, and it took me forever just to finish that small piece, but that's fine. I have not finished one of these big ones, and that's fine for me. I really like this, so I decided I wanted to get some good progress on it. I put it in for a Whippagory category under full coverage, and then Jessie Marie, the Whip Go. The two numbers chosen were my friend Lisa. She used to be Silver Stitcher here on Flosstube, and then Jessie Marie. So I had them choose the whip. Now Lisa had to pick a Pretty Lady, and Jessie had to pick a full coverage. Jessie chose this one, which was absolutely fine with me, because then I have it under full coverage, then I have it under Whip Go. And then I was able to use it for the Tour de France. So there you go. Lisa chose Tiger Lily. I have not worked on that one yet. Now, my Whip Go goals are 300 stitches on the whip that's chosen. I did get well over 300 stitches. I did almost 730 stitches on it. I am stitching this in the called for a DMC 1/1 on 22 count ivory Aida, and this is where I am at right now. So stitching along, and I usually like to use the whole thread if I can. There's some confetti in here, and then I decided to focus on a 9x9 square of blocks. And I am just about done. I have like another 30 stitches and I'll be done that 9x9 square. So when I decided to focus on that area, I started parking. And you'll notice that throughout any of my full coverages, I go between not parking and parking. I park at a minimum. Eventually, once I start moving out of this area, these will get on my nerves, and I'll use them up and snip them off. So when I park, there's parking bobbins, but because I don't use that many threads, I don't park that many threads, I don't really need a parking bobbin. And I use small needle minders that are available in my shop, by the way. Shameless plug. But I like the smaller ones. So this is a coffee bean, and that is obviously an M&M. And I just wind the extras around, and that keeps that taut and out of my way when I'm stitching. I am happy with this progress. I am not at 1% yet, and that's fine. I will probably stitch on her more this month before I call it done. I am not absolutely sick and tired of it, so that's a good thing. What else? I think the Tour de France was like 3,300 stitches. I know I'm not going to make the 3,300. I know I'm not going to finish it. I haven't even figured out how many stops I've finished yet. It's fine. It's just a goal. It's just something to say, oh, I'll put it in and see what happens. Now, I also have, what do I still have? I still have my fried green tomatoes. Remember when a couple of videos ago I had showed it, and it has all that back stitch. I have not picked it up to do some back stitching on it lately, and that's fine. What I did end up doing was picking up some crochet. Let's get back here. So did I stitch last night? I don't think I stitched last night, but I did pick up some crochet when I was watching a show, just decompressing, and I'm doing these granny squares, and it is this yarn. It's the Red Heart granny square yarn, all in one. And basically it tells you exactly how to crochet it, so you don't have the ends by changing colors. And if you notice, this one, it changed right before I was finished. That's fine. I now need to pull some out because I have way too much here when I end. So I need to pull some out and make the stitches slightly larger, and that's part of the problem with this yarn. While I do enjoy not having all the ends, I do end up pulling out stitches and then putting them back in either tighter or looser to try to make it the transition to where it's supposed to be. It's fine. I now have a total of 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 finished so far. I don't even remember how many you get from a skein. Does it say? I don't even think it says. This is to make this pullover sweater vest thing. I am not making that. I'm making a blanket. I don't know. Who knows? This, oh, and this color, in case you're wondering, is called Black Blue Beacon. I do have a neon one that I had bought also. So I bought this from Yarnspirations, and it gave me 3 skeins of the variegated and 4 skeins of black to make the Afghan. What else? I have purchases and plans. So my plan right now is to stitch whatever. I started looking. I'm looking for that book. That's what I'm looking for right now. Where did I put you? Oh, here. So, for July, my Whippagories, 2 of them are finished, technically. Springtime Splendor is finished. You Belong to Me is finished. Now, I have, for a small, I picked Queen of the Night, and that's because I need to fix her. So that is by Karen Kirk of Fox and Rabbit, and that's that Luna Moth. So I need to fix that and put stitches in it. And then for more than 30 stitches, technically I could just use the Springtime Splendor, but I did put in Space Traveler to torture myself just a little bit. It's fine. And then Stitcher's Choice, I figured, let me put in Tiger Lily since I have the Whip Go. And I decided to double up this month because I knew I'd have limited stitching done. So, what else do I need to stitch on? 12 Days of Christmas. I haven't stitched on in a couple months. Maurice, I haven't stitched on him in a couple of months. And Animal Magnetism, I haven't not stitched on that in a while. I also need to stitch on Put a Bird on It. I am resolved in the fact that I am not going to finish that by December. There's no way I'm going to get 1,000 stitches in a month or more because now I feel like I'm behind. But I am still going to enjoy the stitch, and I'm not going to stress over it because it is what it is. I'm not going to lose out on $1 billion because I didn't finish it. It's fine. I did pull out my Whitgo board to show you guys. I haven't shown it for a while. So as they're called, I circle the number. And then I put in what they chose. And when it's done, I go and highlight that it's done. So all of these are finished except for the Tiger Lily. I say that's pretty good. I still have 2 more spaces that would call for FFOs. And I don't have a whip bill yet. I have possibilities of 1 here and 1 here. But those numbers would need to be called. Am I giving myself rewards for doing any of this? Absolutely not. I am just, that reward is getting more stitches on those items, having fun with my friends, picking and being, you're curious as to what they're going to pick. You think somebody's going to pick something and they either don't because they know that that they'd pick that, or they just like something else that they want you to pick, and that's fine. I'm in it for the fun. I am with my start from my Santa's Workshop, I am up to 71 active whips. Now, that being said, I also have my hibernating whips. And I started thinking about my full coverages and where I'm at with them. When I started this one, it started me thinking, and I thought of Scotty, which aka Stadium, and Goddess of the North, and that is from Charting Creations, I want to say. And while I really do like her, I would like to see her stitched, and I don't see me stitching it. So when my daughter was here, my daughter came down to visit last week or the week, I think not, the Monday after my last video. And I gave her Scotty. She is a stitcher, so I gave her Scotty to stitch because it's right up her alley. It's got a wolf in it. She loves wolves. Either that or coyote. I think it's a wolf, I want to say. Anyway, so she loves it, so I gave it to her to stitch. Now, will she have time to stitch it anytime soon? No, she's going to have a kid. But she's younger than me, so there's more possibilities of that actually getting finished. And I don't mind. I've given her a couple things before. Purchases. I'm trying to think if there's anything else on my list of things I wanted to mention. Not really. Okay, so purchases. The ones that I had missed out on that I wanted to show you was, this actually wasn't a purchase. Artisy. If you go to their website, every month, or I don't know, it used to be every 2 weeks. I don't think it's every 2 weeks. So every once in a while, I'll go and see what their free charts are. Now, they do have an Artisy Facebook group where they have free charts, I think, monthly. So this one was actually on their website, and I thought it was really cute, so I downloaded it. While I was there, I was looking at their site. They have many charts, but because I have so many full coverage, this actually piqued my interest more. And these are not full coverage, and I think the deal was 4 charts for a small price, and I forget what the price was, but it was nominal compared to what it would have cost individually. And I thought these were really cute, so I bought the pack that has these dragons. So there's Dragon Rose, Dragon Peony, Dragon Iris, and Dragon Sunflower. So they're not full coverage. They're stitch heavy. This one is 176 by 173. And most of them are about that 187 by 177, 191 by 176, and 172 by 176. So they're in the same sort of size range. And I'm not mad. Will I start them? I don't know. But I got them. And then what I failed to mention was a cute little card that I had gotten from Janet. And I'm pretty sure it had floss in it. Oh, it has stickers in it. I knew it had something in it. She gave me these great stickers and a little hello. So, thank you, Janet. I think I messaged you before that I had gotten the card. And now I can use this card as a floss drop. Because I told you I make floss drops out of cards. So, I'll put these stickers here for now. And this card right here for now. Now, I did purchase two things. Oh, this needs to go over here. I did purchase two things. One, I was talking about long dogs with my bestie, and I ended up going on their site, and I found this chart, and I thought it was really cool and apropos for recent events. It's a new one, which I hadn't seen. It is from 2025 on here, and it is Old Stitchers Never Die. And the little quote at the bottom, because you can barely see it, says, "Old Stitchers never die, they just turn into samplers." And with the loss of a few Stitchers lately, I mean, we've lost Minnie Gray, we've lost Glenna was another Stitcher from Virtual Stitchers that we lost. And we lost Laura. She was at Virtual Stitchers, and a couple of other groups that she participated in Stitch challenges. And there's just been a few lately, and some being sick also. So I thought this would be pretty cool. I am thinking, I don't know when I'm going to start it, but when I do, because I do plan on starting it, I want to do a sampler-ish neutral color fabric, and I might get either wrought iron or carriage black from Gast to stitch it in. I think that would be pretty cool. So, Old Stitchers Never Die. Maybe we can do some kind of stitch along eventually, but I got to get my poop in a group first. And then I received a text from my BFF, because she also loves to enable me, and she knows that I've been doing this series from Fiddlesticks AU of the Muppets, and the latest one is Mana. So of course I had to go and purchase it immediately. She's an Australian designer now. You have to go to the website, not the Etsy page. Fiddlesticks AU, and it's in Australian dollars, and it's so affordable. This chart was only about $3.09 American. So that is not bad, guys. Now, I don't want to do it all pink. I will do the Little Monsters pink, but I have decided I want to do more of an aqua or bright blue color. I have to do it in 28 count. Otherwise, I'd have definitely the color already, but neither here nor there. 28 count it has to be, because the rest of them are 28 count. Now, I did pull this, and I think it's a Silk Weaver color. It's a good aqua blue, right? But that's on reserve. This is if I can't find something else. This one's called Spring Garden, and like I said, I think it's from Silk Weaver. It's 28 count Lugana. So I'll put it in there, because I don't think I need to have Megan dye the fabric for this one. She's dyeing the one for Bork, which is the Swedish chef, and she's dyeing the one for Animal. But I feel like I can find something already done in 28 count. So I am going on retreat. Maybe I'll find something there. But I think it needs to be bright and kind of cotton candy color. Right? Like a blue, though. A blue cotton candy. And that is what I have. I should be able to do one more video before I leave. That's my plan. I'll have to start getting it ready on Tuesday so I can do it on Wednesday. And I have to figure out what I'm taking to the retreat as far as stitching. I have not quite, I started thinking about it, but I haven't committed to anything. I started putting together some things for my table mates. Nothing too expensive, just some things for us. And that got me thinking. I mean, here you go. Comment below. What do you guys like to get from retreats? Obviously, everybody would like $1 billion. But as far as a little remembrance gift from your table mates or whatever, when people are giving stuff away, I know a lot of people give away floss drops, and needle minders are a thing. I'm just curious as to what you've gotten in the past or what you'd like to get or you've seen that other people got that would be great, because I'm always trying to think of something different to give to table mates. I don't go to retreats as often as others, about one a year. But I'm just curious as to what you've gotten and what's out there, and maybe just to give me an idea for future retreats. Yeah, that's all I got. There's a lot of going on right now. I'm just trying to make sure that I have not forgotten anything. I've got all my notes. That's it. So, when I come back, I will be a new grandma. I mean, my son has a daughter, but, and I think she's a year old now. In June, she was a year. But I have not met that granddaughter for reasons. Don't blame my son. And so I get to go be a grandma and be there for my daughter. She wants me to be her advocate. Anybody that knows me knows that I have a very strong will, strong presence, so to put it nicely. Basically, she wants me to be her advocate just in case they give her the runaround and she's not in the right mind to fight back for herself. I think everybody needs that. While doctors are very knowledgeable and everything, and they do specialize in things, there's some people that just aren't there for your best interest or in what you believe and want. I'm not trying to vague book or anything like that, but just in general, just trying to generalize. So I will be there for her just in case, because her boyfriend, the father of the baby, he's there. Don't get me wrong, he is there for her, but he does not have the strong resolve that I do. And that's all I got. I need to go get something to eat. I need to get, I think I should go to water, and then I'll have coffee later, of course. And I need to get sewing. I have bags to make. People are waiting for me. Oh, that's another thing. I did put out my 2025 Halloween mystery bag for this year. I did decide to do that, and I put it in my group. They're almost sold out. I know I have enough. I know my initial number, and I just don't want to put the number out there right now because I don't. Just cut it out. I know I have enough for all of them that are claimed, and I am coming to the end of how much I know I have. So there'll be a wait list, I think. I just don't have a solid number because I haven't cut the fabric, and sometimes the measurements you think are not the measurements that are. So all that to say, I need to cut the fabric to know exactly how many bags I will have available for sale. I know, not as prepared as I usually am, and that's why it took me so long to get it out there, because I'm still not even 100%. All right. I am going to sign out from very hot and muggy planet Earth, because I wanted to say Florida, but it seems like everybody is getting scorched out there with this weather. So stay hydrated, stay cool, try to stay, I don't know, stay you until a fortnight. Don't forget, don't let anyone steal your sunshine. Bye.